What's up, everybody? Call us. Questions, comments, reactions. 877-77-BOBBY. That's our phone number, 877-77-BOBBY.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
All right, the news. A family in Florida that ran an online church selling industrial bleach as a miracle medical cure is going on trial.
Oh, my God.
The Genesis 2 Church of Health and Healing touted their miracle mineral solution as a cure for multiple diseases and disorders, including AIDS, autism, Alzheimer's, leukemia, and COVID-19. Well, that is a one-size-fits-all cure for everything.
I mean, if that was real,
That's like
awesome.
shampoo and conditioner and body wash in one. And even that I question. I'm like, you can do all three? Imagine this. That's crazy.
That's funny.
You can do all that. AIDS, autism, Alzheimer's, leukemia, and COVID-19?
Dang.
I never would really, again, I look at like the Old Spice, and I'm like, you tell me you can wash my hair and my underarms to the same level? I hate for people that believed in this. Prosecutors say that Mark Greenan and his sons, Jonathan, Joseph, and Jordan, made over $1 million. Oh, man.
What? Wow.
$1 million before federal authorities busted them for distributing unapproved and misbranded drugs.
I'm just like, I feel for, yes, the people that fell for it, but I can't think, did they just not having access to certain information and whatnot? They totally took advantage
Well,
of
it was
these people.
religious. Like, it's...
Yeah.
I think it was just them taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
Under the guise of
No,
church.
what I'm saying is people, like, you put it under that. You're like, well, I believe it.
Yes.
Right, but then they
Yes.
quick Google search.
Well, yeah.
But do you take one drink of it and you're like, that tastes like bleach, or do you reorder?
You're like, not my favorite thing to drink, but I've been told
Right.
the Lord
Yeah.
says this is good, so I'm
Right.
going to keep going.
Okay.
That sucks.
That's terrible.
As for what exactly is in MMS, which is what that the product is, it's reportedly a chemical solution known as chlorine dioxide, which at high concentrates can reportedly cause severe vomiting, severe diarrhea, life-threatening low blood pressure, and liver failure. The family faces multiple charges, including conspiracy to defraud the United States, which carries a sentence of up to 5 years in prison. That's from Yahoo News.
Well,
that stinks.
So do they have to drink some?
The judge will make them drink on Instagram live stream
Oh,
That would be
that's
awesome.
good.
as their punishment and give the money back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go over and talk about heat strokes for a second. The record-breaking heat across the U.S. is very dangerous. A lot of people are having heat strokes and not even knowing what a heat stroke is. Look for extremely high body temperature. If you take your temperature and it's like you have a fever, but you don't really feel like you have a fever, but you're so hot. Red, hot, and dry skin, dizziness, confusion, unconsciousness. They say if this starts to happen, just get somewhere cool. Just get somewhere in the shade and just sit, because you actually can die. And if you have a heat stroke and you drink MMS, bad
Oh,
mix.
man.
If you try to get MMS to fix your heat stroke,
Not happening.
terrible.
Forget about it.
Terrible. That's from ready.gov. But Aldine had a heat stroke
On stage.
That's what made me think about that. Yeah. Health experts say to boost your stamina during your workday, eat a protein lunch. High protein foods like tuna, eggs, and almonds. If you can fit those in, because of the amino acids, they help, one, get you the rest of the day, but stress, depression, and fatigue. That's from firstforwomen.com. So tuna, eggs, and almonds. Thoughts, Miss Wellness?
I mean, that sounds good to me. I was just thinking I have to eat lunch up here today, and I was going to order like avocado toast, but now I'm like, well, shoot, I don't know that there's any protein in that.
What's up here today?
I have stuff with Morgan and a podcast that I need to record. So to get stuff done with Morgan, I moved the podcast from my house to here. Ooh, I probably need to tell the person that. I'll do that.
You haven't thought to tell your guests
I
that
just
you've moved
decided it, and she'll be happy
When
anyway
did you
because she
just
lives
decide?
this morning. That's why I was thinking about what I was going to order. Otherwise, I would have brought food.
Guys, we just went a
Yeah.
trip down Amy's house she works.
That was interesting.
You saved her, really.
Yeah, I saved
you
her.
saved
No,
her.
you did
your
not.
guest was going to show up at your house to your
100%.
studio. Yeah.
No, no, no.
100%.
Yeah.
No, I am responsible, and I would have sent her a note. And this
If
is
anyone
more,
yells, I am responsible.
okay, listen.
I'm trustworthy.
I've been doing a podcast for 5 years, and that's never happened.
Work stress is why you're eating unhealthy most times. Did you order pizza last night for dinner instead of a salad? It could be that you're stressed about work. Workplace stress can not only make you reach for unhealthy snacks, but even afterwards as well. So dinner, snacks all the time. A recent study found that employees who had a stressful workday tend to carry 200 to 300 to 400 more calories that they eat because of that stress from work, from the Journal of Applied Psychology. That would mean that all you guys are eating almonds and cottage cheese
And tuna.
because your stress here is none.
Zero.
Greatest job ever. It's great. Excuse me?
Well, I feel a little stressed right now.
Yeah, because you never told your guests where to go.
Yeah, you're freaking out.
That's on you.
No, because of y'all.
There's a smart pill.
Come on. Makes you smarter?
Well, they say they don't work.
Oh.
Let me just tell you about this for a second. There's a shortage of Ritalin in parts of the country. because people that don't have ADHD are taking the pills in order to do better on tests.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a study shows that taking these drugs actually make people less accurate and efficient. So the drug that you take to be smart actually does. I don't know. People I know that took it for like college say the opposite. They were able to focus like crazy.
Yeah, or like they stayed up all night.
Yeah. So which one is my prescriptions? I went to pick it up and
There was no. I don't
There's
know.
none.
Ritalin? Do you take Ritalin?
no, Adderall occasionally, and I didn't medicate for a lot of my life, and now I am. And I went to I
don't
got
have
a
your
new
medicine.
prescription.
She didn't remember her guest was
Oh,
coming.
no.
No, and I went to
Oh.
Walgreens, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that, but we're out right now. Come back in a few days." I'm like, "Okay,
A few days.
Oh, wow.
cool," which is fine. I don't need it all the time.
And what does it do? Like, why do people get it? Like,
Well,
Focus.
I have ADHD,
Yeah.
and I have since I was a kid,
Yeah, for sure.
and I've known that. But my mom would never medicate me, which I'm thankful. I just got to be me.
It helps you remember stuff like
However,
if you move a location.
I think that
So
I
you're
would
saying if
have.
you were to move an
Say
interview,
a podcast.
meeting, a podcast, you'd
Oh.
remember if you were on
Correct.
your medicine? Yeah.
Here's my thoughts on that, because my mom, I feel like she just kind of didn't really do anything for me, and I don't fault her for it. She just didn't know what she didn't know. But I think I would have enjoyed school more if like something would have been done for me. It's like we were living in denial, and I hated school because of it.
you like the social aspect.
Right, I could talk all day long, but
Yeah.
teachers, like, I just think I would have had a very different school experience from junior high
for
school
sure.
to college.
Different
and
time. Therapy mental health wasn't valued like it is now because the knowledge of it. And where I come from, we didn't have therapy because, one, you couldn't afford it, and two, that's what people on TV did. They went to the shrink on TV, and you didn't do that because you weren't crazy. But now it's like if you're going to work out and try to be healthy with your body, your brain is a muscle too that is more important than really anything else. And if your brain's that muscle ain't well, the rest of your muscles aren't going to be well. But we've advanced. I'm sorry you don't have your medicine.
Oh, that's okay.
I know a couple guys. Do you need some?
No, I'm not taking.
Got a guy?
No,
I got a guy.
dangerous.
Okay. We'll end it there. Amy needs to text her guest to let her know before she forgets.
Got stuff to
That's
do.
the news.
Oh,
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
You were
It's
yelling
probably
over
my
that? Yeah,
medicine.
you need your medicine, but go ahead.
It's Danae, the comedian. That's my guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one
that's
you hung
fun.
out with at Jake's.
Yeah. Do you remember when Amy was getting a massage? Or maybe she was at the chiropractor and then her guest was waiting at her house and she forgot to tell them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it
Okay.
has happened.
Okay, I was getting acupuncture, and I didn't forget the location. Okay, I did forget this story, but I did not forget to tell them the location. The problem is the acupuncturist said it was going to be an hour. I was laying face down with needles all in me. I couldn't move any which direction.
So, but what happened?
Well, I don't know how much time went by, but when I got off that table, it had been 2 hours.
Well, that's how much time went by. But then what happened?
But that wasn't my fault. That was his. Like he left me, and I was all like asleep with needles, and I couldn't move. I couldn't even reach
Sounds
my
kinky.
phone.
Now, what about but what happened though?
Right. So she went to my house.
Your guest of your podcast.
Yes.
And?
Oh, she was an angel. My father-in-law was there. He's like, I don't know where she is. I'm getting worried because she knew you were coming, and
She
I
waited
told
for
them
how long?
She probably talked to my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, she did not know, for 30 minutes.
Oh, that's brutal.
And then I called her frantically when I got out. I'm sure all the
Basically, she waited for an
acupuncture
hour.
that was done to calm me was thrown out the window. And then we rescheduled the next day. And since then, she's been on my podcast like 3 times, and we're friends.
Did you owe it to her?
No,
You want to play mystery pill? I have some mystery pills. And then it may be the pill you need, or it may not be.
Oh.
that was a
Mystery pill.
Hard
Mystery pill. Mystery pill.
no.
No, you don't play mystery pill?
It could help you, Amy.
It could, or it could kill you. Mystery pill.
Right, so
Mystery pill.
everybody should be put on the wheel for the pill.
No, but you need the pill today.
No.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second. We'll come back. Eddie and I both went on a date last night with Scuba Steve. Well, Eddie yesterday, me last night. We'll update you there. We'll try to get in a little song from Luke Combs. We also have the woman revealing how she tricks men into buying her drinks at a bar. And I've never heard of this, and it is so good that I need to share it with dudes so they don't get taken advantage of. All that coming up. go talk to Tracy in Alabama. Hey, Tracy, good morning. What's going on?
Morning. I was calling about the Carly Russell case and the girl that was missing in Hoover and is being alleged that she faked everything.
Yeah.
I just was kind of curious as to what y'all think would happen and what not, and if y'all had even heard about it.
Yeah, and we've spent a little time talking about it. So there was a press conference yesterday afternoon, and police are still not saying all the details, but she had made some internet searches about whether or not you have to pay for an Amber Alert, how to take money from a register without getting caught, the movie Taken, all before she vanished. At a press conference yesterday, police also revealed that cell phone data showed that she supposedly followed the toddler around 600 yards down the road before stopping. Now, the very beginning of this is she's claimed to have seen a toddler, a kid on the street, right?
Yes, and she called 911 and was like, oh my gosh, there's a kid on the side of the highway. I'm going to get out and help. You need to send someone. And then she gets out and you can hear ruffling or whatever and the phone's still on, but then she disappears and they couldn't find her.
Hoover Police Chief Nicholas Derza said at a press conference that he found it hard to understand how a toddler could walk the length of 6 football fields beside a busy interstate without wandering into traffic or crying. So there are a lot of things that don't add up with this story now. I do have some clips. Police haven't verified most of her story, but says that nude pics were taken of her while she was missing. And this is, I'm just talking about some of that.
What we can't say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carly's initial statement made to investigators. And we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety.
He didn't say about those nude pictures, but where did the nude pictures thing come from?
I didn't see the nude pictures.
I'm surprised you see all nude pictures.
Dang, I missed something
They just
very
sit on his
important.
computer up there. The headline is police are doubting Carly Russell's story. And again, here he is saying the story doesn't make sense to him.
I've had kids to think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying. It's just very hard for me to understand.
Here's a little bit of the 911 call they played.
What is he wearing?
It's a white T-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper.
So why would she do this? I mean, it could be anything like she was trying to hide from an ex-boyfriend, or it could be she was having some mental episode. We don't know. Or, I mean, I feel like it's not real. I don't know. I feel like it was made up because you don't Google that stuff.
Right.
In my opinion, without there being a little bit of intention. So the whole story is just bizarre.
It was weird.
And then she was taken back to her house, but she claims, I ran through the woods. And they said surveillance camera from the interstate. They don't see anybody else except for her and the driver's side seat, and then.
What if she was like having a mental, she thought she saw a toddler though?
Right.
No.
But it's the internet searches though.
Right. She planned it all along and she was searching bus tickets earlier in the day. So there was something going on where she wanted to get away. She wanted out.
But then she
Haven't you seen the commercial for Southwest?
Want to get away?
That's all you have to do.
I know.
Yeah.
Buy a ticket.
Right. Eddie, I think she wanted to get away. She maybe a relationship. I don't know. And she was like, this is the best way. And then she does it. And she's like, this isn't very good.
And now it's blown up to a national story.
Yeah, because she ran out in the woods and she was
like,
like, what am I doing in the woods?
Googling if you have to pay for an Amber Alert. I mean, that I'm leaning towards, and this is obviously speculation, but that seems like you're wanting people to be looking for you, like attention or something. Like,
yeah.
Why would you?
Or if you get caught, are you going to have to pay for that?
Or if nobody pays for it, if she doesn't want one to get sent out, maybe she's like, I can do this and there'll be no Amber Alert sent out.
Well, but
Amber Alert's for kids, though.
Yes.
And that toddler we haven't proven is real.
Oh,
so they're not going to send one.
That's what the Amber Alert would be for, not her missing the. Okay. So maybe not
but
what I just said.
you told us this was a gang thing, Amy.
However,
you did, Amy.
Hey,
you said gangs do this.
We didn't know at the time, and I know that is a rumor.
We got Mike Smith from NPR now who wants to fact check me. I'd like to say.
But what if also, I mean, I think you always need to be aware of your surroundings, but also I hope she walks away from this feeling so loved by her family because they were so dedicated to being out there and spreading the word and, like it was everywhere. And so I hope she feels loved at least.
I don't think her feeling is going to be loved.
Well, something's going on.
This is over.
I know, but I mean.
I think her feeling is going to be like,
oh, crap.
Dang, why did I do that? It's the dumbest thing ever. I probably just should have asked for help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was looking at bus tickets from Birmingham to Nashville.
Maybe she's a big fan of the show. Want to come see us?
Maybe. Want to sit in the studio.
Well, some people might do a stunt like that, and nobody like makes a thing of it. So that's what
a
I
pretty
mean.
big thing,
I'm
yeah.
looking for positive
I hear you.
something.
All right, well, we hope she's okay. We really do hope she's okay, but
Yeah.
it just seems like it's not what we thought it might be at first. And yeah, Tracy, she'll probably get in some trouble, but I think if it is something psychological, she'll probably get in less trouble and get the help she needs. That's hopefully what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
In Hoover, I always think of the football show.
Yeah.
And they have the college, they have the SC tournament down there, Hoover, Alabama. All right, thanks. This is my Hoover Talk. Thanks. Good day. Welcome to Hoover Talk. Let's go to Luke Combs, Fast Car, Bobby Bone Show. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Call us if you'd like. 877-77-BOBBY. Love to talk to you. Questions, comments, reactions. This woman who she doesn't trick guys into buying them drinks, but it's a trick to get guys to buy her drinks. And I was like, that's brilliant because guys are dumb as rocks. So we'll do that. We got some calls coming up. We got our dates with Scuba Steve. Eddie went on a date yesterday. I took him on a date last night.
And he did it, both of us yesterday.
What a
True
tramp.
timer.
What a tramp and a floozy. All right, back in a second. This is brilliant because guys are idiots. So this woman's like, this is what I do to get guys to buy me drinks at bars. And she just says, I find a guy, boom.
You need to look for a guy who looks like they have a super big ego. The bigger the ego, the better, and the easier that this is probably going to be. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to go up to him, you're going to approach him, you're going to be like, hey, like, what are you drinking tonight? Like, what are you about to order? He's going to tell you. So let's say he's like, oh, I'm about to order a tequila soda. You can either be like, oh, I love tequila sodas. Or you can be like, oh, I was going to order a vodka cran. I would love to buy your drink. Can I buy you a drink? Like I said, the ego is a big factor in this. 99% of the time, they are going to look at you and they're going to be like, what? No, what? Like, let me buy you a drink.
And that's what happens because they're like, let me do that. I'm the guy. I should buy you the drink. I thought this was pretty good.
Wow.
Because she doesn't trick them, but it's a trick to get them to buy a drink. She's not conning them. But the greatest con is when these stories I hear about girls getting guys' phones. Like, hey, I'm going to put my number in, and they Venmo them some money. That's the great con.
That's messed up.
That's
dude.
messed up, and I respect it.
That is messed up.
That's so messed up. I respect it. It's like that. You gotta be like quick. You gotta be super efficient. You gotta find that blue V on the phone.
Yeah, where is it on the phone?
Yeah, you're swiping. Woo. You gotta be that's a good one though. But don't do it. That's terrible. But that's a good one. So we had a couple dates yesterday. Scuba Steve's family is gone for a few weeks. And he said, hey, I'm here by myself. Why don't we all hang out together a little more? Kind of get to know Scuba Steve, although we know him pretty well. We see him every day. Scuba Steve, you and Eddie went on a date yesterday?
We did, yes. We had an afternoon date.
What'd you guys do?
We went bowling together.
Oh, who came up with that? Who came up with that?
That was Eddie's idea.
I got a bowling alley by the house, and I was thinking, like, it'd be fun. And I really like the early, noon, 1 o'clock bowling is perfect because there's no one there.
Did you do the thing where you get behind him and wrap your arms around him and then show him how to throw the...
Of course I did.
Yeah. When we get there, though, we're thinking there's no one there, and there is a school bus out front, and the place is...
It's a field trip of kids.
A summer camp.
It was jam-packed.
There's like 2 lanes available.
Hilarious. But so you did get a lane, though?
We did get a lane, and our table got taken from us for some lady. She goes, excuse me, this is our table. And so we had to move and shove to the corner. It was awkward, but fun.
How would you rate the date, Eddie?
I would say it's about a 6.
Who won?
I did. I won all 3 games.
He beat me pretty bad.
Yeah, because we made a deal. Like, whoever wins pays for the date. So I won. He paid for the date. It's kind of cool. But here's the deal. He was on his phone the whole time, man. And, like, if this were a real date, I mean, I'm married. He's married. It's not a real date. But if it were, I don't know if I'd go back.
Were you working, Scuba?
Yeah, man. It's 12 o'clock on a work day. I have emails coming through. So
well, then
I
don't
have
agree to a date.
Right.
You know
you
what
must
I mean?
not be into him.
Yeah.
That's what we tell our listeners. He must not be into you.
I mean, we were trying to talk, and he'd be on his phone. I'm like, I guess he's not
You
that
must not be
interested.
into him.
We did talk a lot, yeah. We talked about the music, and we're just having a good time.
Yeah.
What would you rate the
music?
date, Scuba?
I was going to say it's about a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, so we get a 6 and then a 7.5. Good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Scuba and I last night went on a date. And sometimes, if you date somebody early on, you go on a group date because you're kind of nervous around them.
It's a careful way of doing it.
Yeah, so I took Scuba on a group date last night.
Who was in the group?
Well, I played the Grand Ole Opry last night, and I texted Scuba last week, like, you ever been to the Grand Ole Opry? And he was like, I haven't. And I said, well, I'm performing. Why don't you just come with me? You can go. I'll show you all the backstage. You can hang out. And then there's just a bunch of us. So Scuba was there. My wife was there. It's weird to have my wife and my side piece at the same time. To be honest with you.
Awkward.
Yeah, it's weird.
we got along, though, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of weird.
Side piece.
Morgan number 1 was there. Some of my team. So it was like 5 or 6 of us.
Group date.
Yeah. So how'd you feel about the group date, Scuba Steve?
Well, the experience was cool because, again, I had never been there before, so it was nice to see it, and to see it in that way, like behind the scenes, and it was really cool. Our time together wasn't really together, but that was fine again.
I wanted to be safe. I wanted to feel safe.
Be safe, and your wife kept giving me a hard time about that. You need to get a better date. You need to have something with just you.
My
two
wife was like, "Be
one-on-one."
careful." He tried to kiss me on the first date.
And that too, yeah. Get your own Uber. Get out of there.
Yeah. Rate it.
I would give that date a 7.
Oh,
How about the same? Was I 7.5?
I would give it a 10.
Yeah, I mean, the experience was cool, but our time together wasn't really intimate. We didn't really get to hang out very much.
Yeah, it was like The Bachelor. You know what I mean? You only get time. There's so many people. You got to wait your time. Oh, can I get 2 minutes? You know?
Exactly, that's what it was. Yeah,
But you,
I gotta wait
you
my
also
time.
took him to work. You're working.
I took him to an experience he's never got to do.
Yeah.
And it was a good time though. I had a really fun time. He had a great set. It
And
was
then
a good
Scuba
audience.
went and sat in the seats, which normally people don't do because the people that go with me have seen me do my act 100 million times. But it was fun. Last night, let me take this call because this is about that. This is David from Hendersonville. Hey, David, were you at the Opry last night?
Yes, sir, I was. Morning, Bobby. Morning, studio.
Morning. So I performed last night. David, what'd you think about that?
Well, you know, the fact that your grandmother raised you and your mother was out, and anyway, yeah, inbred. But we loved it when you brought Berta up.
Okay, he's not really. There's just a joke. He just kind of alluded to a joke, and
Okay.
if he just says it like that, it sounds mean. It's not mean. But
All right.
yes, go ahead, David.
It's not. It was hilarious.
Thank you.
But this lady in the back by the name of Berta, you brought her up on stage last night, correct?
Yes.
We want to make sure that she got back to her hotel room safe because obviously she was going to bed afterwards.
What
and
happened?
you had said,
Yeah.
you said, I love you to two women in your life. Kaylin, which we know and you love dearly, and now you have a new love, Berta, simply because of her laugh.
I was telling jokes last night, and she was laughing so loud, and it was so distinct. About the third time, I just had to acknowledge it. I mean, it was one of those laughs that make you laugh. You know when Darius laughs?
Oh, yeah. Gut laugh.
You know Craig Morgan when he laughs?
Uh-huh.
It's loud, it's intense, it's hilarious, it's different than any other laugh. This woman named Berta was 3/4 of the way back, and she would laugh, and it was like Lunchbox talking in the hallway. It just went above and cut through everything. So I did like half my set, and I was like, Berta, or whoever this was, like, who's laughing like that? And so I just brought her up on stage and just talked to her, and it was funny. And as I was like, you going hard tonight? She goes, I'm going back to going. She's like 60.
Berta.
She's like, I'm going back to bed after this. But anyway, it was really funny. If I have clips of it, I'll post it later. But yeah, Berta was rocking it last night with one of the funniest laughs ever, and I brought her
You
up.
told her that you loved her?
I said I've only ever told one person I love them, my wife, and now you, Berta.
Wow.
And
wow.
then we made out, and then Scuba got mad.
Yeah, I was a little jealous of Berta.
Yeah, me, Berta, Scuba, my wife, we all went home together.
What a night.
Yeah, it was one of those like Usher type nights with lots of. Hey, I appreciate that call, David. Thanks for coming, and I don't know. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
All right, see you. Oh, Bob. Ooh.
Bob?
Two things I don't like being called. Bob, because that ain't me. Bob's like a short, fat guy. Short, bald, fat guy.
Hey, Bob.
Bob. And what's the other thing I hate being called?
Late.
DB?
Douchebag? I mean, no, I am that.
Okay,
so that's
okay,
like
okay.
calling me a
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, not late.
Bobby Jones.
Nah, that happens a lot. What do I just cringe at when someone says, you are blank?
Oh, a DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
For two reasons. One, because there are people that are actual DJs who mix music. Dead Mouse, DJ Tonic. I made that up.
Skrillex.
Yes, like that's a skill. I don't have that skill. And two, I'm not a DJ. I don't play music. I mean, there's like 2 songs an hour that play or something, and I don't even pick them. I hate being called a DJ. Someone calls me a DJ, I want to leave.
Like an interview or something?
Yeah. And it's me.
But that happens a lot.
Yeah, because that's what I am. I mean,
Yeah.
it appeals mine. You're a DJ, but I don't really I don't pick any music or anything. Okay, well, thanks.
Well, so tell people what you would prefer, because maybe some people just assume you're a DJ.
Oh, I just
From-
anything but. I'd rather be called a douchebag.
Oh, really?
Like
Yeah,
radio.
and a DJ, if I'm being honest.
Personality.
Yeah, radio
host.
personality, host, whatever.
Okay.
Call me a lot of things. Just don't call me late for dinner. That's what Keith used to say. Okay, thank you. Was there anything else, Mike, that I was supposed to get to in that tease? Okay, cool. All right, thank you, guys.